Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you the NBA's power balance, yes, the whole league's destiny, could take a seismic shift in the Bay Area? Picture this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, suiting up alongside Stephen Curry and Warriors. Blue and gold. That's not just a wish. It's becoming a strategic reality. And today, you're hearing it first right here on our channel, your home for the most explosive basketball scoops. Hang tight, because what's about to unfold could redefine this era of NBA super teams. First things first. Before we dive deep, remember to slap that like button, and for the real fans, hold your comment till the end. Because we've got a lot to unpack, and I want to hear exactly what you'd sacrifice to see Giannis in a Warriors jersey. Let's set the stage. The Golden State Warriors, sitting in Silicon Valley's golden glow, have never shied away from bold moves. This front office is hungry. They chased big names all off-season in 2024. And while they couldn't land their prime target back then, they stayed aggressive, acquiring Dennis Schroeder, quickly flipping him, and then engineering a blockbuster for six-time All-Star Jimmy Butler. Then single trade alone was enough to ignite dreams of banners in the Chase Center's rafters. But for Warriors fans, those ambitions don't just end with another star. We're talking about chasing a true generational talent. With the whisper, Mill now loudly echoing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name, something bigger could be brewing. And yes, it's fueled by recent events out east. Why Giannis? Why now? Let's connect the dots. Milwaukee is at a crossroads, and make no mistake, this could be the end of the Bucks' championship window as we know it. Damian Lillard's heartbreaking. Achilles' tear could alter the franchise's trajectory for years. Giannis's competitive fire is legendary. He's made it clear he wants to chase rings, not just stats. The Bucks, however, look thin on talent and thinner on hope. After the Kyle Kuzma experiment crashed and burned, and a slew of role players, hit free agency, Milwaukee's future looks murky, if not outright bleak. This is setting the table for something wild. Giannis, the two-time MVP, could be available. Every single team from Miami to Minneapolis is preparing their best pitch. But Golden State, with Curry not getting any younger, is in true all-in mode. Think about it. Their window is now. Giannis knows that pairing with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and maybe even Clay, if the dominoes fall right, is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Can the Warriors make the best offer? Let's break it down. Unlike teams that are searching for their first taste of glory, the Warriors know the cost of greatness. They also know Milwaukee's hands are tied. The Bucks already shipped their first-round picks through 2030, meaning a full rebuild isn't even an option. That's where the Warriors' offer becomes particularly tantalizing. Here's the core. Illogic. Milwaukee can't afford to tank, so they'll demand talent that keeps them afloat and also replenishes their few remaining draft assets. While rumors circulated about a Jonathan Kuminga sign-and-trade, insiders say the Bucks aren't eager to hand a massive contract to a player who never quite broke through in Golden State. That path seems all but closed, but the Dubs have another chess move lined up, and this is where it gets juicy. They could package Jimmy Butler, Moses Moody, and talented young sharpshooter Brandon Podziemski, alongside a treasure trove of unprotected draft picks and swaps. By the numbers, Warriors get Giannis Antetokounmpo and Pat Connaughton. Bucks receive Jimmy Butler, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, 3 unprotected first-round picks, 4 first-round pick swaps. That's not just a big offer. It's a generational Godfather offer. Golden State is offering a genuine star in Butler, 2 high-upside role players, plus 7 years' worth of premium draft assets. Of particular note, to get the 4th swap, the Bucks would need to wait until after the 2025 draft, but they'd rid themselves of Pat Connaughton's unwieldy contract in the process. Now step back for a moment. Would you, as a fan, dare trade away so many building blocks for a chance to have Giannis unleashing alley-oops on Curry lobs? It might seem like a king's ransom because it is, but a player like Giannis comes around once in a generation. He's 30, entering his prime, and if Golden State wants to extend their title window, you will not get a better shot. What's really at stake? The Warriors' legacy. We're not just talking short-term wins. For Warriors ownership, this isn't about just satisfying fans today. It's about solidifying a dynasty that lasts long after Steph, Clay and Draymond have hung up their sneakers. Giannis isn't just a stat machine and highlight reel artist. He's a player who raises the ceiling and the culture wherever he goes. But every blockbuster trade comes down to guts. Are the Warriors truly willing to give up so much? Will Milwaukee pull the trigger, knowing they're handing their franchise to new faces and rolling the dice on picks? For those who remember history, it's reminiscent of the boldness that landed Kevin Durant in Oakland, sparking a mini-empire. Golden State fans, you know exactly how game-changing these moves can be. Let's dive deep. With the playoffs marching on, so much attention is, and should be, on the next matchup. But whisper it quietly, and you'll hear a storm brewing for the off-season. On everyone's mind, Jonathan Kuminga. The talented youngster's contract situation has become the elephant in the Chase Center. Will he be part of the Warriors' future, or is Golden State preparing to pull a very different trigger? Kuminga's tumultuous playoff journey. Kuminga's postseason journey has, so far, been a tale of missed chances and tough coaching decisions. Remember, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr benched him for not 1, not 2, but 4 games. The message was pretty clear. Despite his athleticism and raw talent, Kuminga just isn't fitting into the puzzle the way everyone had hoped. Opportunity knocked when Jimmy Butler suffered an injury in Game 2. For a moment, doors swung open for Kuminga to grab the spotlight. He was reinserted into the lineup and even started in Game 3 against the Houston Rockets on Saturday night. But while the lights were bright, his performance was underwhelming. Kuminga was back on the bench in the final frame, sitting out the entire critical fourth quarter while his teammates surged past Houston for a convincing 11-point victory. It's not a fluke. The writing's on the wall. The Warriors' faith in Kuminga is slipping, and it's happening just as contract discussions loom. The franchise's obvious move, revealed with Jimmy Butler back on the court for a monster 40-minute performance in Game 4, Kuminga again found himself on the outside looking in. Another DNP did not play, added to his postseason resume. That's, in 4 of the last 6 games where Kuminga hasn't seen a single minute, a clear indicator that things are more than just complicated. Rather than fixating on a possible contract extension, the real buzz is about what the Warriors could get in a trade. What might seem like a surprise for some is actually a calculated plan for others. For the Warriors, a Kuminga trade makes more sense with every passing game. Enter Cam Johnson, the long-coveted shooter. If you've tracked Warriors gossip, you already know Cam Johnson's name has swirled around Golden State for months. He's still with the Brooklyn Nets, but only because a trade package didn't come together back at the trade deadline. Johnson is the exact type of player Golden State loves. A knockdown shooter who moves well without the ball and brings steadiness on both ends. But could Golden State pry Johnson from the Nets, especially now, given Kuminga's value may have taken a hit while he's riding the bench? The case for a Brooklyn swap, is Kuminga still enough? Here comes the tricky part. Has Kuminga's trade value dropped so far the Warriors can't get what they want? According to Kyler Fox at Sports Illustrated, a swap with Johnson is still an intriguing proposition for Brooklyn. Johnson and Kuminga play the same position, but Kuminga's just 21 compared to Johnson's 29. As Fox points out, Kuminga's ceiling is higher now than Johnson's at this stage of his career. For deal-makers, the numbers work out too. Johnson is set to earn about $20.5 million next season, right in the range of what Kuminga would command. This is the kind of trade that could be done straight up, but the momentum seems to be with the Nets. With Kuminga's minutes evaporating, the Dubs might also have to throw in a first-round pick to seal the deal. The skill set the Warriors. Crave, just picture this. Cam Johnson, a dead-eye shooter, sporting averages of 18.8 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 3.4 assists in 57 games this season, with a blistering 47.5% from the field and 39% from long range. That's on over 7 attempts per game. Pair that with the Warriors' signature movement offense, alongside superstars Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler, and suddenly the fit looks almost seamless. No disrespect to Kuminga, he's an explosive, gifted athlete who could still blossom with a new team. But Johnson's poise, off-ball awareness, and ability to stretch defenses could make the Warriors absolutely lethal, especially late in close playoff games. So, what's next? Of course, nothing is certain yet. The Nets must truly believe Kuminga is worth the risk, and Golden State's front office has to decide if waving goodbye to youth and potential for veteran skill is the right move. There are hurdles to clear, but the door is now wide open. Warriors diehards, this is the type of off-court move that can make or break your championship window. Have the Warriors waited too long, or is this the perfect moment to cash in on Kuminga? Will adding Cam Johnson be the ingredient that revitalizes the roster and brings another title to the Bay? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that like button. We want to know how you're feeling. Are you excited, nervous, or skeptical? Your opinions matter right here on our channel, and we'll keep tracking every rumor, report, and insider. Ibors until answers arrive. Stay tuned for Everything Warriors, where the news comes with heart and every fan has a voice.